Okay, so just uploaded the video, right? Here's the Punjabi community, okay? Right? It hasn't even been up for not even an hour, I don't think. So not only did they remove Truly Amazing's comment, but they took away my comment, which I now put into the description box. Her comment and my comment, right? In regards to what she had to say and what I had to say about the situation that I'm now finding myself in, as if I'm making up a story here, okay? And then they came in and, can you see what they've done? They've age restricted the video. Your content, here's the Punjabi community, Punjabis, okay, as a collective group, right? That organized religion that I always talk about, community, right? He's not my son. Fuck that shit, okay? Right? Number 48, may not be appropriate for all audiences. Yeah, okay. But little kids like Andre and Amari and everybody else in between, we have to live with it. So if we have to live with it, and it's okay for us to live with it, why is it not okay to talk about it on YouTube? Huh? So let's review the content. Okay. Our age restrictions are placed to help viewers avoid watching content that they may not feel is acceptable for themselves or for their children. Well, of course, if you're the perpetrator, the predator class, why would you want your kids hearing the other side of the coin when it comes to destroying lives through the actions of greedy-ass parents that like to exploit others for gain, to gain wealth for themselves? Okay? Right? There are the predator class, right? The perpetrators, and then there are the victims to the actions of the ones that go out of their way to destroy lives so that they can get rich and gain wealth for themselves. All right? We review content on a case-by-case basis and will make limited exceptions for appropriate educational What you've seen is real, right? This is what's going on in the world. I have the money to move, but there is no place to go because those below a certain caste system are required to give up their belongings and accept being slaves to their masters that lord over them because of money. Organized religion, wherever that organized religion falls within a demographic area. So if you go where there's a bunch of Muslims and they've made it a red zone where the police don't even want to go in there because they brought in their own religion and have their own politics within their so-called Muslim community. Well, it's no different than if you were to go to that community over there where there's a bunch of Punjabis, or maybe that community over there where it's run by, you know, the Chinese and their organized groups of whatever. Like I'm shaking. Can you see the camera? Right? We review content on case-by-case basis and will make limited exceptions for appropriate educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content. Read full policy. Okay, well, I'm not taking action on it, people, because YouTube is censoring my channel. This is nothing new, okay? This is nothing new. We'd love to get your input. No, they don't want my input, people. They try and control the narrative. Okay? They try and control the fucking narrative. They're protecting the rich. right? They're protecting the provincial government for failing to provide adequate housing options for families like mine who are being targeted by a bunch of fucking gang stalkers for one reason or another, okay? They're protecting religious groups, right, that are profiteering off of chaos and mayhem as they push forward the, Agenda 25, Agenda 2030. Well, I don't even know where Agenda 25 came in from, but clearly when you got, a Punjabi coming to you after Punjabi, pushing the narrative where you will own nothing, you will have nothing, get used to it, get rid of your stuff, expect not to really live anywhere because you won't be able to afford to live anywhere anymore. So, the sooner that you can, step up to the plate and get rid of your shit, the sooner we can get rid of you. And as we get rid of you, we will help to make you, we'll make you pay for it, right? And we'll use, corporations like cities with their bylaws and everything else to criminalize you as they legally steal from you and so on and so on. It's like a twisted, sick world that we live in, all right? So they've age restricted it. All right, fine. At least they didn't take it down, because it's real. These are real emotions, real occurrences, real consequences, right? Okay? That shed sat undisturbed since 2017. Okay? I built that, I'm pretty sure, in 2017. Yeah, and I had to fight to keep the wood to complete the job. The city seen that I was building it. They knew I had a man in there that knew what he was doing in terms of a framer and building it to code and all that other crap. So they let it slide. It got completed. It cost me over $1,000 to do it. And there's the comment that they removed, as far as I could tell. Yeah, see? At first it said 2 comments. Truly Amazing's was there. Mine said 1 reply, but when I went to click on the 1 reply, it wouldn't show. Right? And eventually they just took the whole comment out because this is YouTube staff, right? Because they get off on this shit, and this is another reason why I want to leave this house, because I'm tired of this bandwagon. So I put it in the description box. Nobody said anything bad. I'll read it, right? Okay? I can't believe he threw away your belongings. This is really sad. Why wouldn't they allow that to stay? And my response was, I made the decision to start making plans to begin packing up what I want to keep before I move. My son, forget my son. That man downstairs gives me no other alternative, okay? It might take up to a year, and I'll explain that to you in a minute, okay? To fully pack up, even though we know there is no affordable housing to move to. Where am I lying with that statement, people? Where am I lying? How is that so threatening to YouTube and their above 18-year-old viewers for them to remove that comment? Regardless, I trust in God. Was that the problem? Right? Because I have to put my faith in something. I can't put my faith in fucking that man downstairs. Forget that one. We already know Tisha's going off to some island in a few years, or a year or 2 or 3 or 4, however long, but she's not going to be sticking around for this bullshit that goes on in this stupid country. No. Regardless, I trust in God. Is that what they didn't like? Maybe, right? When the time comes. In other words, when I'm packed up, and I'll explain to you in a minute what I mean. I'm done with that man who uses the son card, because that's all it is. That's what Brooks used to do to me, and I'll explain that in a minute too. And this will be my last fucking video for the day. I'm done with that man who uses the son card to hurt the kids and me. All right? So, if Uncle John was alive right now, I'll try and keep this short and sweet. If Uncle John was alive right now, him and I, he'd be there, I'd be here. He'd be drinking his coffee Or he'd be asking me if I want a coffee, and he'd get me a coffee. And then we'd sit and we'd say, well, okay, well, what do we want to do? This is a really bad situation. It's been going on for too fucking long. Clearly there's a problem. We need to go. Do you want to move? I don't know, John. What do you want to do? I think we should, Judy. Okay, so whose responsibility was it to pack up? Uncle John, a blind man? No, it was my responsibility to pack up the house with 5 kids, him and myself. Okay? Not once, not twice, but a few fucking times. Sorry, boo-boo times. All right, so I'd give myself a year, depending on the situation at hand. All right? Obviously, the larger the family, the longer it takes to pack. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I'd give myself a full year to pack up. In terms of, for the, you know, right? Unless, of course, it was like what happened at Wally's house in 2003, when the provincial government, at that time, BC Liberal government, came in with their welfare reform from, you know, the United States of America through Bill Clinton, when Bill Clinton came over to shake Gordon Campbell's hand, right? Okay? And they illegally cut me off of welfare, right, with 5 dependent children, as well as looking after Uncle John. And, you know, they didn't want to take no responsibility for that when I filed the lawsuit and I brought it to their attention. They just said, well, oh, so what? Too bad. Statute of limitations. You should have taken us to court when we illegally cut you off of welfare back in 2003, as if I knew what the fuck they were doing. All I know is I woke up one day and there was no welfare check because they told me that if I didn't go pick tomatoes, they were cutting me off the next month. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. I'm at home with the kids, with Uncle John. It wasn't like I could go off and do anything. And sure enough, in the middle of fucking winter, they just didn't give me a check. And in that situation, I fucking packed up real fucking fast and I left. Yeah. But outside of that, before we moved from Victoria over to the mainland, John and I, we talked about it. I gave myself some time to pack up before I did the big move over here. Yeah. Before we moved into the townhouse from the first house that we rented, I gave myself time to pack up there as well. Before we moved out of Sarah's house, we talked about it. And I gave myself enough time so that my family wasn't completely disrupted by me packing up. Well, it's the same sort of situation. The only difference between now and then is in those days, there was affordable housing, but there isn't anymore. And I don't know what the hell YouTube and their staff don't like about what I said, because the only thing that would prevent me from packing up and putting on that brave face would be that there is no affordable housing. You see, because they got me in a trap. Right? They got me exactly where they want me, and that's why they're so insistent that you will own nothing, get rid of your shit, you'll never have this again, and if you can't fucking do it for yourself, we'll come in and we'll just start helping you with it by illegally seizing your shit without taking you to court, without charging you with anything, and we'll turn your fucking family members against you because we got guys all so stressed out that, you know, the strong will survive. I suppose my son feels like he's strong and he's got one up on me. Well, whatever, motherfucker. I don't give a shit, because you know what? I'm done. I'm done. And yeah, I'm going to trust in God, people. I'm going to pack up. I give myself a year, 6 months to a year. Maybe it'll be a year and a half. Who knows? Blind or not, it doesn't matter. Because if I'm blind, I will pay somebody to come and pack this shit up for me. Okay? I'm done. Yeah. And I'm not going to be afraid about where I'm going. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to trust in God. I have to do my share. I have to just get us packed up. Right, John? Yeah. Just pack up. Do what you know what you need to do, Judy. Do what you know you can do. Do what you've done in the past. I know you're doing the right thing. I trust in you. I believe in you. I know you're going to make it. I'm not here in body, but I'm here in spirit. Yeah. Okay? As for this man, forget it. Brooks is mild compared to what this person does. I'm done. I'm so done, people, you don't even know. Brooks had a couple of little tantrums when I lived at Sarah's house. He took my because he was angry, right? Because we lost Wally's house. And he was angry. That was when I was just starting to get out there and do park events for the nonprofit and shit. And he got angry because we lost the house because of the illegal, you know, being cut off of welfare illegally. And I lost the house and everything. And we ended up in the shanty shack. But he still had a room, right? But he was still angry. Kind of like this person downstairs, fucking angry, right? And he took my DJ equipment and he ran outside and he started, but they were in cases, so the equipment itself was protected, right? And he was tossing them all over out in the street, and you know, and he was raging and carrying on, and you know, and then came back inside, and we were all outside because we didn't know what the hell was going on. We just know that he was going nuts, right? And then, you know, I guess somebody called the cops, and the cops showed up, and you know, they said, well, what are you doing up there? And he goes, well, you know, it's not like I have a gun. That's all it took for them to call fucking SWAT. Next thing you know, they're swarming the house, and they took Brooks, when they came upstairs, he was in front of the computer, because he you know, he had displaced anger, right? You know, he lost his house of 8 years, right? And all of a sudden, we're in a fucking shanty shack. And I'm starting to look after a little Tamil girl that nobody cared about. You know what I'm saying? And we're all stuffed into this shanty shack like sardines and, you know, and whatever. And that's all it took for him to say was, well, it's not like I have a gun. And he was just sitting at the computer. And they came up and they got him and they arrested him and they took him off and took him away. But that was the worst that he did, in terms of being destructive towards my belongings. And then, you know, I said, look, you can't do that again or something. I don't know if he did it again. Maybe one time he had a little hissy fit. But he ended up moving out, and he got a job as a property manager to a building that went up, and, you know, he was managing apartment suites, right? And that's how he lived for quite a few years and supported himself. And he just never came back until I lived at that fourplex for a little bit, right? And by that time, he was already an alcoholic. But even still, like, he never did anything like this, people. Never. You know, even when he came here, he wasn't, like, trying to destroy my shit. After 3 months, I said, get out. He left. He calls me on the phone every now and then. He apologizes for not being there for me, but he knows he's an alcoholic and he's got issues with it. So he's basically kept his issues away, right? Tells me he loves me, and I'm like, okay, I love you too, but, you know, just, right? You know, I got enough problems. Don't fucking come with your problems with the alcoholism, because I can't cope with it. And he respects that. Where this one downstairs, I don't know. No, I'm tired of you playing this card. You're not my son. This is not the way a son is supposed to be. And I don't know how YouTube sees that as a threat. I don't, people. And I don't know how YouTube can see me trusting in God after I get this place packed up with Uncle John in my ear saying, that's okay. Don't worry, Judy. You can do it. You can get to that stage where you're ready to go, and God will find a way to help you to the next fucking location, even though there's a million hurdles in front of you, because your government has basically set you up to be dog meat for a bunch of predators. And that's just a fact, people. And I'm not the only one. Okay? Otherwise, I'm just a sitting duck for the next attack. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. So within a week or two, I'm going to get some. I just chucked out a whole bunch of boxes over the summer. Boxes that I wanted to keep, so that if I sold my costumes, I'd have boxes to pack them in and put them in the mail. Because I got some big costumes, right? But there was no place for them, and nobody respected my feelings about anything, so I let them go. Well, I'm going to go buy boxes from, what is that called? U-Haul. I'll buy the boxes, people. I'll pay $5, $6 a box. I don't fucking care. I'm sorry, boo-boo care. And I'm just going to start packing up boxes like the good old days. Yep, they'll just start piling up. My son will say, what are you doing? I'm packing up. I'm moving out. Where are you going? Does it matter to you? I don't think it really matters to you. Like, go away from me. You just fucking go away. And then he's going to try and find a way to hurt me even more. Yeah, yeah, because he won't want to lose control of what he thinks belongs to him. None of this shit belongs to him any more than what was going on with that shed, any more than what was going on in that fucking basement. And I'm going to trust in God that once I'm basically packed up, I don't care if it takes a year, I don't care if it takes 6 months, however long it takes. I don't care. I trust that it will be better than this. That's all I know. I'm breaking away from this negative, evil, terrible shit that I've been forced to endure pretty much ever since I moved in. You don't like it? You can move. Yeah, you're right. I can move. But your people have made it where there's nowhere to go. But you don't believe in God doesn't mean that I don't have a right to believe in God. And to think that when I do leave, I'll be safe. And that's all I care about, people, is I am safe and the kids are safe. Okay? That's all I care about. So yeah, I'm going to pack, and what I'm packing is what I'm taking. What I'm not packing, I'm going to learn to let go and either sell or I will donate it someplace where I feel it will be appreciated. Or I'll give it to somebody else where I feel that they will appreciate it and will be grateful to get it. Okay? That's what's going to happen here. Yeah. And I'm going to ask Rhea to help me to, and I already asked her, people. I already asked her. I need help to make the decisions as to what I should let go. Because if I leave it to these people that are, you know, trying to hurt me, take away what little the grandkids have from me, take away from them, right? There'll be nothing left. Nothing. There'll be those toys that were in that shed, in terms of the trucks and all that kind of stuff, and the little Hot Wheel cars, and those are Andre's when he was little. Some of those things were bought by his mom. Some of those things were bought by Auntie Shimei. Obviously me. He had a right to go through them at peace in the spring with his friend, reminiscing, getting in touch with his child, and remembering his mom and his aunt who actually loved him. And he had the choice to do what he wanted to do with them. Whether it was pack up a big bin and take it to the kids across the street in the courtyard, whether he wanted to put them on Facebook and try and sell them as antiques, depending on what's in there or was in there. And that man didn't give a rat's ass. So, I grabbed one bin. I told him I'll just wash them later. And what's ever in that bin out there, the fucking garbage pickers, the ones with the business that are so fucking high and mighty in this community because they work hard, well, they can pick through that shit. Because that's why they do it. Because they know something good is going to come in with it. So yeah, I'm going to buy some boxes. I don't know where I'm going to start. I don't know how I'm going to start. I just know I'm going to start. Yeah. I'm not going to listen to that man downstairs. I'm done. I'm done. He can make plans to cut a deal with the landlord after I'm gone. I'm obviously not going anywhere anytime soon. Right? But he can go to fucking Texas if he wants. I don't care. I don't care. All I know is I'm getting off this bandwagon with him. If I wouldn't allow Brooks to treat me like this, because Brooks used to like to try I'm the eldest. I'm the eldest out of your 5 kids. I get first dibs. I get, seniority. I'm your firstborn, right? Yeah. Well, if it didn't work for him, it's not going to work with this one. Okay? If I lose everything, because I'm just not strong enough to get to that end point where I'm ready to move, and I lose everything as I get to that end point, and I'm ready to move, but nobody wants me to move because they want to take over my life, well, I'll deal with it when that time comes. If I can get to that end point where the house is packed up, I've had people run through it, buy what's available. If you can see it, it's available, you can buy it. If you don't want it, no prob, right? It can go somewhere else. I don't care. I packed up what I wanted. That's all that matters. I already know what I want, people, in terms of how I want to live my last days with my grandkids. And it's not with them downstairs. No. My son, he made his bed, he can lie in it. But that doesn't give him the right to continue to do what he's been doing with me. If I wouldn't let my firstborn do it, why would I let he was my 3rd child. Why would I let my 3rd child do it? Just because he's a, what, man? Who cares? You don't act like a man. Not any man I want to know. That's for sure. As a matter of fact, I don't even gonna say anything about it. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't think there's anything else to say other than, YouTube is a hypocritical website, right? This is a fact. This is what organized religion conspires to create so that they can be in control of the local politics as they exploit those that are under that caste system that they deem as less than human, and therefore it makes okay for them to do what they do because all of a sudden it becomes good business, right? And they use a whole lot of dirty tactics to get what they want, and they don't care who they hurt. And that's what my videos show you over the years. And I'm not making apologies for that because I'm not the one capitalizing off of this shit. Not me. I'm the one that's packing up facing homelessness. Because just because I'm packed doesn't mean I'm going to find affordable housing. Whether by myself with the kids, which wouldn't be very practical considering all things said, or living with Rhea, because that would be my only option. Unless, of course, I run away and I become homeless and leave everything behind so they can pillage even more. Or maybe they might try and lock me up so they can pillage even more, because that would be the only reason they would do it, is so that they can take over my belongings. Because clearly I'm dealing with fucking thieves here that have no moral compass. Okay? Like, that's what's in that bin. Should have went to the kids. But I was too busy in the yard for my landlord and their family so that they could get rich. And then You know I wanted to bring in the Fasaki parade as a representation of what their community is all about. Because that's about all it is. Nothing more and nothing less. Yeah, because everything else is what's in that bin. Okay, Shelly, so I'm just going to add this in at the end of this video just to show you the mind boobery that I have to deal with YouTube and their staff. Okay? Anytime my channel flares up and gets, I guess you could say, controversial, even though clearly the kids and I are the victims here, okay? YouTube likes to cover up the dirt and hide the truth by censoring. If they're not removing comments from you and me, they're age now restricting this particular video, which just got put up. Here's the Punjabis community. Alright? They won't help me with the foundation that I work on. They've had 27 years to do it. The one dude that stepped up to the plate and signed on as a board director said he believed in what I stood for in terms of the mandate, the Constitution, and all this other crap, and it was something that the community needed. But for whatever strange reason, he wanted the certificates after he had some other Punjabi man sign on as a board director. He told me he was going to go get $2 million for the foundation. That's why he needed, I guess, the certificates. I don't know. And he never came back with nothing. As a matter of fact, he stole the certificates, people, Shelly, and never bothered to give them back to me, and is rude as all F. Okay? When I ask him for it. Acting like he don't freaking know me no more. Which kind of makes me wonder if maybe he did get that $2 million, and he was one of those individuals that was committing fraud through laundering of money. Alright? I'm just saying. Now, I can't prove it. I don't care. But he was Punjabi. He's still Punjabi. His buddy was Punjabi. And that, like I said, the only thing that Punjabis like to participate in, basically, are their Fasaki parades. And they like to give donations to the Children's Hospital to say how charitable they are. But that's kind of like self-serving in terms of if they need organ transplant through the Children's Hospital, well, the provincial government invested $1 million, brought in the surgeons for that particular type of activity, and made it available to those that would benefit from it. And who do you think is going to benefit from it the most? Children like Amari? Yeah, okay. No. No. Not children like Amari. Anyway, Shelly, I'm putting your comments in the description box because YouTube has already removed them. Okay, let's go back to this video. Here's the Punjabi. Okay, you just added a few more. So before I approve them and they disappear, because we know how it works, I thought I'd copy and paste them. You can see right there, I copied and pasted. They're automatically held, but they've already removed your video, your comment and my comment. So what's this one is on, I'm still apologizing to Uncle John. Now I gotta put that one in the description box because I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't already, well, you know, I'll approve it, right? And then once I approve it, it won't be in, right? So I have to go copy and paste this one. Wait a minute. This one, I'm sitting here watching this video. This one is, I'm still apologizing, so actually I need to take that out. That's not where it belongs. But here's these ones. These are new ones that you came in with. Okay? They already removed the other two, so hold on a minute. Let's see. Let me get this right. Okay. No. Okay, so this one here, this comment here actually belongs with Uncle John. So we'll take this one out. Because I don't... Oh my God, what happened? Oh my Lord. So let's just undo changes and see what we did. Oh wait. I'm still apologizing. Yeah, okay. So we got that one where it is, okay? This is right. I'm still apologizing. So I put it in the description box in the event of YouTube deletes it. Because they don't like people showing me any empathy, sympathy, support, nothing. They want to isolate me so that I accept my lot in life, right, in terms of being that abused bitch. That's the only way I can explain it. Now this one is okay. They removed the first two comments. They're no longer available. I put them in the description box. I noticed you came in and you added some more. Okay, so this one here, I'm sitting here watching this video and heartbreaking how, okay, yeah, that one goes with the Uncle John, so we'll take that one out because I already got it in the right spot. Right? So we'll take that one out. Okay. And then you posted here, I can't believe he threw away your belongings. Obviously you edited it, but it's not showing. Okay? This is really sad. They removed the comments. That's why they're now in the description box, okay? Because that's the only way I can preserve your voice. Right? Or my comments to whatever it is that you're saying. Right? And you really need to ask yourself why YouTube staff is doing this, because outside of they're trying to put me in a position where I have no way to defend myself and nobody has the right to side with me because for whatever reason YouTube staff in partnership with whatever entity in terms of the province of British Columbia, Canada, because you know this is right, you know, they feel like they have a right to allow these things to happen to me. Instead of holding my landlords to account, instead of holding the city of Surrey to account, instead of holding that man downstairs to account, or anyone like them to account in terms of their destructive, abusive behavior, where it basically brings somebody down to their knees and ultimately to the end of their life as their belongings are being pillaged. There's no other way to say it. So I copied and pasted here, okay? I haven't approved it yet. I don't, maybe YouTube might let it go through with their staff. I don't know. Then you posted another one, and you posted another one. All right. So we're going to save those changes. All right. Now we're going to go to the page. And we're going to, before we do that though, I know this is dragging out the video a little longer, but you know, this is YouTube best practices. Okay. So now we're going to approve these comments. Okay. So we've got the one I'm sitting here watching the video with Uncle John. So we've got that in the right description box in case they delete the comment. Right? I can't believe he threw your belongings. This is really sad. You edited it. I added that into the... If you notice, right, you won't see my comment because they removed them. So I got that in the description box. Then there's this other little comment under the same, right, video. I got that in the description box. And I've got this last comment asking me if I could go to the States. Well, you know what, Shelley? If I lose everything based on what these people are doing to me, including my grandkids, I'll go to the border and I'll cross over as a refugee with nothing. As a political prisoner. No, I'm not a prisoner. As a political refugee. As a political refugee. Where I'm afraid to live in my own country. Okay? because I'm constantly being attacked through various groups and organizations and government agencies under a gang stalking agenda. Okay? All right? Because we don't know how ugly these individuals are going to get. So we're going to approve these multiple. Okay? Now, just because they went through doesn't mean they're not going to be removed in the next little while. Because I'm being highly censored right now. All right? So it looks like one is remaining. Oh, no. I'm still apologizing to Uncle John. Where's all the other ones? They're not there. They're gone. Do you see them? I don't see them. So I'm going to give you a heart. This is the one with Uncle John. Okay, now we're going to go to video response. Let's see what we got here. What is this? I'm still apologizing to Uncle John. So that may or may not be there. It may disappear. I don't know, but it's in the description box right now. Now we've got this one. Now whether it's showing or not, we're going to find out in a second. This is your first post. You came in and you edited it. So sometimes, you know, to give YouTube staff and whatever the benefit of the doubt, sometimes it takes a little while for the server to catch up. So maybe this post is showing. You can see it. I can see it. But the last time I checked this video, it said 0 comments because they removed, right? They removed it. But maybe because you were editing it, it popped back up. Because there's my post. All right? Either or, it's in the description box. Then you answered, and you answered. Again, if I lose my grandkids, I lose everything that I own, and they're trying to lock me up to silence me and to control me, I will find a way to get to the border and cross over as a, I don't know what you call it, political refugee. Their life is in danger. Okay, this is not a boo-boo game. This is not a boo-boo game. They treat it like a game. Like I said, I feel like I'm in a computer game sometimes. But only thing is, Shelley, I don't play computer games. I never have. But a lot of people do. And a lot of people have signed up with that New World Order agenda, freaking, I don't know, 2030, 2050, where they think that they're going to get off scot-free and own everything while they control everybody else to own nothing. All right? And that's why YouTube tries to shut me up. Because I bring the reality of that concept to film. I just don't talk about it. I show people how it's being done. All right. So before we go here to see if that comment is showing, we'll go here. Okay? I don't want to answer you in typing as to if I was to go to the States, how would I get there? Well,
no, it's February 25th.
The option is there, but there's only one way to get there. Yeah, and I'd have to be running away from my country because I would feel like, yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, so let's see. All right, so only two replies, which means they censored out probably my reply. Oh no, there's my reply. Okay, but there's still some other replies missing. Because if you go into my description box, you're going to see them all. Where is it? Here it is. And that doesn't mean that those videos, those replies are still going to remain. So here's your first comment before you I put down YouTube staff is censoring comments. This is what you first posted before you edited. Now maybe because you edited, it kicked out on the server, right? And that's why it came up as zero comments. Here's my answer. Then you came in and you edited it. You expanded on what you were saying. right? That was the first part, and then everything else you expanded on. Then you added another comment, and then you added another comment asking me if I can come to the States. Which one did they take out? The part where you're asking me if I can come to the States. Why don't they want people to see that? What gives them the right to censor that comment, considering everything that I've been going through all these years? What was the comment? Is there a way that you can move to the States if you decided? Just wondering. I know you have your daughter. No, Tisha's moving away to an island to live the perfect life and to get her kids out of a corrupt country where there's no hope. My grandkids, well, you know what's happening with me. So they're at risk to losing me based on what these people are doing to me. Okay? I don't care if it's my landlords and their family. I don't care if it's the fucking boo-boo city of Surrey and what they've been doing, and in partnership with my landlord and the province in terms of building up fake property values as they sell off the local residents to prop up money laundering to build these god-awful empty shadow buildings or whatever, right? And, okay, and grandkids. My grandkids are just another means to exploit for profit. The more they can derail me from having structure in their lives with housing security, the easier it is that they will try and take them away from me. And if it happens, Shelley, that's when I'm going to come to the States. I will contact you. If you can help me to situate myself where I can maybe find somebody to fight for my grandkids, to get them out of freaking Canada, someplace maybe safer than being out here, because you know they're just a commodity, then that's the way God will take it. Because I'm going to trust with God on this one. I have to, people. I have no choice. Okay? And it shouldn't even be a choice, right? But it's, when you are going into a housing market where there is no affordable housing and there's nothing but a bunch of fucking boo-boo gang stalkers around that want to eat you alive and milk you for every penny that they can get out of you, no matter where it comes from, this is not a quality of living, okay? Grandkids there, just a question. I'll never turn my back on my grandkids, but my grandkids aren't any more safer than I am, right? So the only way I could come to that country is lose my grandkids and come there as a political refugee to the corrupt politics of Canada, and then fight for my grandkids to get them back. That would be the only way. Otherwise, I have to hold down the fort for them. I have food security, but I don't have housing security. I don't even have a family, a functioning family anymore. I can't depend on Tisha to be there for us long term, and I can't depend on that man downstairs to be there for us long term. Rhea, maybe. That's my only option, okay? Outside of walking away, turning my back, and not coming back to this situation. And I have a choice to stay with the homeless people in Canada and fight the good fight, because I'm now out there with them, right? Or I can go to the United States and pick up there and fight the good fight and try and get my grandkids back. Okay? Blind or not, it doesn't matter. All right? Or I will die. So let's see. Let's refresh the page and see. It says 4 comments, but they removed the last one. Why, Shelley? Why? Why do you think?
Okay. Now is
And like I
February
said, once they come in with their censorship,
25.
It
my
might disappear
soul
tomorrow yet. And they've already age restricted this video. Even though my grandkids are living this fucking nightmare. Sorry, boo-boo nightmare. Even though my grandkids, even though Andre has been living this nightmare since he's been a little boy. Because that's what my videos show. Okay? The torture of the predator class. Never being satisfied and always wanting to capitalize off of the poorest and the meek. Okay? Okay, this is nothing new what my family is going through. Alright? It's just there's not that many left to pick off anymore. You see, that's the thing. Hey? So, if it's okay for my grandkids to go through this, you don't think Andre's not affected by this emotionally again? Of course he is. 2 comments. Why don't they want you talking about me coming to the States? Why would they remove that? It was just a question. Kind of makes you wonder what they're trying to hide. What else did they hide? Okay, so there's a new one with the edited, right? I will continue to pray. Okay. Yeah. Is there a way you can move to the United States? Yeah. I'll come in as a political refugee with nothing. Absolute nothing. Except with the clothes on my back.